On the cusp of the first official court hearing, Justin Baldoni's team has released new material, including apparent text messages from actor Ryan Reynolds. And the argument is, does it put this whole story in a new context?
Y'all, the internet is on fire with this one. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, Hollywood's golden couple, are allegedly calling it quits, and the streets are saying Justin Baldoni might be the reason why. Baby, this is not the plot twist we were expecting. Blake's world is reportedly shattered, and folks are scrambling to figure out what really went down behind the scenes. Was it cheating? A secret falling out? Or did Ryan just have enough? What if Ryan never actually cared about Blake Lively as much as we like to believe? The internet is already turning against her because of all the legal drama that surfaced, but imagine if her own husband wasn't rocking with her either? Now, if you go back and look at Ryan's history, he's made some questionable comments about Blake over the years. So much so that people are starting to wonder if his whole playful roasting your wife persona is really just masking something deeper. Like, how long can you use "I tease you because I love you" as an excuse before it just starts looking weird? One example, he once posted a pic of a painting and said, "If there was ever fire, this is the first thing I'm grabbing. And then I'll come back for Blake." And the more you look into their relationship, the more things start looking a little off. But before we dive into all the other strange comments Ryan's made, let's rewind a little and remind ourselves how these two even got together. Let's take it way back to 2007, when Blake was still dating Penn Badgley. They were together for about 3 years. Then, in 2010, she got cast in Green Lantern, and that's when things got interesting. At the time, Ryan was actually married to Scarlett Johansson. They tied the knot in 2008. But by the time Green Lantern wrapped in 2011, Ryan and Scarlett were done. And not too long after that, boom, he's suddenly locked in with Blake. Now, we're not saying something went down on set, but the timing is sus. So here's the thing. There's no absolute proof of cheating, but let's be real. We all know how this story usually goes, right? Love interests on set, acting like they can't stand each other. Then bam, they end up falling for each other. A theory floating around suggests that while filming Green Lantern, Ryan and Blake might have gotten emotionally and maybe even physically involved. Just in case you were wondering where Scarlett was at the time, well, she was busy with her own projects. Fast forward to December 2010, Ryan and Scarlett announced their separation. By July 2011, boom, they're officially divorced. And guess what? By October 2011, Ryan's out here publicly dating Blake. If the cheating rumors are true, it's like that saying, you lose them how you find them. Guess Blake wasn't the only thing Ryan picked up on set. Ryan left Scarlett. Blake left Penn Badgley. And now look at them. They've built this power couple image, and people still love them. They were once seen as one of Hollywood's cutest, most playful couples, always trolling each other online, keeping things light. But let's be real, there's always a little truth in jokes. And that's what makes them funny. Looking back now, though, people can't help but wonder, do they even like each other? Ryan once said, "Blake is the best thing that's ever happened to me, second only to my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame." Like, really? People are slowly starting to break down Ryan's so-called humor. And let's just say, it's not looking good. It kind of feels like all the jokes come at Blake's expense, and honestly, it gives resentment. You can sense when someone is low-key bitter, and something tells us Ryan has feelings about Blake. Comments online read stuff like this all the time. He's like a toxic partner who constantly berates you and then says, "It's just a joke. Why are you mad?" So, to put it simply, Ryan's jokes go a little too far. Like, instead of making her laugh, it's more like he's making her the joke, and honestly, that checks out. Part of the reason he left Scarlett was because she was too much of an equal partner. He wanted to feel like the star, not someone's equal. And this whole thing ties right into a much bigger issue. For years, the media hyped up Ryan and Blake as couple goals. Every time he clowned her on Instagram, this became the standard for Hollywood couples. And suddenly, women were just out here marrying straight-up mean men. And let's not forget, the internet is forever. Their kids are going to read all this one day. Imagine them seeing Ryan tweet, Three of the most beautiful, considerate, and loving people I know. And then there's Blake. Like, that's the mother of your children. And that brings us to the most WTF moment yet. Somehow, Mariah Carey got dragged into this mess too. On Blake's 34th birthday, Ryan went on Twitter talking about how singing Fantasy by Mariah Carey was his favorite thing that's ever happened. It's your wife's birthday, and you're making it about some random Mariah moment? We get it. You love to joke. But at some point, the jokes start feeling a little shady. It didn't take long before people started questioning whether his humor is just straight up insensitive at this point. Theories to begin with. Well, as you know, Blake hit the headlines because of some legal drama with Justin Baldoni, and it got us wondering if she might have actually caught feelings for Justin because she got tired of Ryan and his jokes. Now, here's where it gets even messier. The whole situation with Blake and Justin Baldoni's legal battle is just way too suspicious to ignore. If things were all good at home, would she really be out here locked in a deep lawsuit with another man? Maybe. But add in the fact that people have been speculating for a minute that there was something there between them, and suddenly Ryan's constant digs at Blake don't seem so harmless anymore. Could it be that Ryan noticed something between Blake and Justin before anyone else did? And instead of addressing it head-on, he just ramped up the jokes and made their marriage even more of a spectacle? If that's the case, then this whole thing isn't just about Blake and Justin's lawsuit. It's about a marriage that's been cracking behind the scenes for a long time. But speaking of lawsuits, Blake and Justin went from co-stars in It Ends With Us to courtroom rivals, and it's all tied to what went down during and after filming. What started as a creative disagreement turned into full-blown allegations, lawsuits, and a Hollywood scandal nobody saw coming. First, there were tensions on set. Blake decided to rewrite a rooftop scene and credited Ryan for the changes in interviews. Justin wasn't happy about it, and a leaked voice note later exposed his frustration. Then things took a darker turn. Blake accused Justin of serious misconduct, saying he entered her makeup trailer uninvited, pushed physical scenes without discussion, and made inappropriate comments about her postpartum body, even contacting her trainer about her weight. But the drama didn't stop there. Blake believes Justin went on a full-blown PR attack, hiring a crisis management team to spread negative narratives about her. The backlash even led her to step away from public appearances, including hosting Saturday Night Live. Justin isn't backing down either. He fired back with defamation lawsuits against Blake, Ryan, and the media, even leaking private messages to support his claims. Now Hollywood is split. Some are standing by Blake, while others think Justin is being unfairly dragged. Let's start off with the leaked texts. At first, things were actually really dope between Blake and Justin. The texts show them joking around, Blake being her usual playful self, even calling herself a ballbuster while discussing an It Ends With Us scene. She also told Justin she felt safe with him and invited him to rehearse lines while she was literally pumping breast milk. Oh, and she confided in him about wanting to lose weight before filming. Justin was super reassuring, telling her she'd look amazing no matter what, and that he'd do whatever he could to make her comfortable. And let's not forget Ryan. He was in on this too. The leaked texts show that Ryan and Justin actually had a little bromance going on at first. Ryan even told him, "I happen to adore you, Justin," and they were talking about getting their families together while